Oh, great. Must be a parade. Everybody's driving so slow. Good grief. This is the left lane. This is the fast lane. If you want to go slow, go to the right lane. Wow, look at that guy. You think he must be north of I-80 or something, the way he drives. Hey folks, I hope you liked your introduction. I'm sure none of you have ever been so unspiritual as to say any of those things when you drive. And while I had a good time doing that, I've got to be honest, there are times I've said those very same words out of frustration. The character trait for April is patience. And so to introduce this month, I want to talk about 3 things that cause us to be impatient. One thing that causes us to be impatient is we try to do way too much. It's true with our schoolwork. It's true oftentimes with our work around the house and maybe our professional work as well. And what happens when we try to cram too much in there, when we can see we're not going to get it done, the tendency is to start pushing and pushing. And the more we push, the more impatient we become, and nobody wants to be around us at that point. Amen? A good example of this is when we go on vacation. In times past, I am a tourist at heart. I like to cram as much in there as I possibly can. My wife, on the other hand, whereas if I want to do 7 things, she'll rather do 2 or 3 things well and without near the stress. I'm thinking, let's go to this next thing. We got a lot more to see here. She's saying, let's just have a good time, relax, and enjoy the journey as we go. And I got to tell you, looking back, I've made our kids miserable at times, just dragging them so fast they did not get a chance just to enjoy the moment. And so when we try to cram too much in there, maybe try to cram too much into our homeschooling day, folks, it just doesn't work. And when we do that, it causes our impatience to grow. A second problem with impatience, a second reason we have impatience, is because we're prideful people. Impatience is a manifestation of pride. Now you say, how in the world is that possible? Well, we become impatient when my schedule is interrupted. When I'm driving home and somebody pulls out in front of me and I'm going 80 miles an hour and they're going 65 or 69 and we've got to put on the brakes and stop for 5 or 10 minutes. Or if a truck pulls out, a semi pulls out, man, how long does it take for a semi to pass another semi? And we act like that 1 or 2 minutes is just going to tear our life apart. Why? He interrupted my schedule, my expectations. How dare he do that? And sometimes I think we get mad with God because God messes with us, because we get so caught up with our own little life. He just throws a little wrench into the works to kind of get us to sit back a minute. How often, maybe I've been mowing and the mower, I've got all this I want to get done and the mower breaks, and boy, my reaction cannot be too godly at times. So God gets our eyes off of ourselves to see the bigger picture. And that also leads to the third point. When we have impatience, that's the manifestation of a lack of self-control. And that's part of the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience. Whenever we show impatience, we are showing that we are lacking that part of the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit is like a tangerine, it has several parts to it. It's not fruits of the Spirit, it's fruit of the Spirit. And so when we lack patience, we are lacking that aspect of the fruit of the Spirit. A good example, again, is like with the lawnmower. I've had times I'm trying to get the lawn mowed before the rain comes in and something breaks, something happens, or one of the kids breaks something, I have to go fix it, and the rain comes down. I get so frustrated thinking, man, I want to get that done. I can get angry if I'm not careful. Again, my schedule was interrupted, and so what do? I show a lack of self-control, which is, of course, sin. So this topic of patience is really important for us in the homeschooling journey. So this is just the opening act of April. I trust you enjoy it. I pray you'll be convicted, and I pray you'll be encouraged, because we all need to grow in patience. This is Kirk Smith with ICHE's Take 5.